But actually, to Amanda's point, there is sign, like, it's quiet because Go has air in it. It does create like an insulating effect. So that's my Jeopardy pedantic information.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and someone pointed out a couple years ago, they're like, here's the actual facts behind that.
I don't like when the cars have the LED lights. Then they really blind you.
Yeah, like, we really need to do something about trucks and that, because it's.
I already can't see when it's dark. I don't need the LED. Front and center. Front and center, all right.
Hey, Megan.
How are you?
I am good.
Good. How are you feeling? You sound better.
I am so much better.
Good, shed vote for Linda.
Mucinex. It's fine. I've got pneumonia, I had shingles. I mean, I still have those. Yes, I still have this like random pop that won't go away. That's what it sounds like. So.
Delicate flower. That's exactly how I would describe Megan too.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, yeah. And more short.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
How's it going? Good, I'm Matt, cross country.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, how's
Hi.
it?
PSW, America's Preferred, so.
That's you. On like 2 weeks ago, sorry. I was in cross country before my. previous-
I'm in the midst of tech problem solving. Not gonna help.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanna see if you had any time today for a phone call.
With you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
The
should.
one and only.
The one and only. The one.
He had to ask
Yeah.
first. It's like, yeah, with you? I
Yeah.
don't know.
They didn't do a lot.
Oh, you're like.
No,
Videotaping
yeah, it's
that
always tough.
Um,
That's the biggest-
No, I'm just
Okay.
getting the scene set.
Well, if that was the case, I was picking a different seat.
We're always evolving based upon feedback.
Okay.
Got it.
So obviously.
There's always feedback.
There's always feedback.
Reaching your territory.
Jess.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, Linda, I know you admire my diplomacy, don't you?
I do, because I have not heard that skill.
So like, yeah.
When I grow up, right?
Want to go see him.
Here, got it. Basically offset the cost of ownership, low price point, high value, and basically just so that, I mean, I always like to get close to this version, so, when stuff breaks, you have a solution at 8 o'clock versus you being warned. It's kind of what it is, so, yeah. Yeah, it's one of my bigger accounts. Yeah, so I have a decent swath of geographical territory, not the most per capita, like there's 2 Cleveland reps that do sort of east-west side of Cleveland. But like I have like south, so like Canton all the way to Warren, south Liverpool, and then go back all the way over down to Mansfield, southern Philly, so. Yeah, well, I probably should have bought a truck. I have an SUV, but now I switched negative back in. I need to like see Bambi, because we don't want to take the horns, but yeah, need to make sure the airbags go off.
Cool. Hi, man, nice to meet you.
Yeah, congrats on coming back.
Yeah.
Reducing and information and stuff like that. So what's new outside of real estate, Miss Linda? Yeah, under the weather.
The market, I mean, it's.
Yeah,
You're well enough to work, it's there.
What I find so interesting is I've talked to obviously a lot of agents. And some people are like, hey, other people are like.
Good. One of my toxic traits is having a lot of pockets that I'm like, I have a thing that I put somewhere.
I mean, I don't know. Unless it's a 20 and you find it by accident.
Yeah, right.
Then
Oh, here it is.
it's totally non-toxic.
Like,
Can you just browse through that real quick and tell me what?
Cool, thanks.
Great job.
How's it going? I'm Matt with Cross Country.
Hi, Matt.
Yeah, I just joined.
Sanders.
Hi,
I
Liz.
met you too.
Nice.
Nice
Right
to
on.
meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, how's it going?
Matt, I'm gonna shake your hand just a second.
I meant to say hi to you yesterday and things got away.
Yeah, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I was like, this guy seems like not a new agent, seems like he's a professional working with someone here. And Jessica gave you the background.
Right.
Background.
What's your first name?
Mark.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Right on. Good
The
deal.
one that does the song and dance up at that.
Okay. What's your role here?
Team leader is the title.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's not really.
Yeah, which in the world of KW means, so most brokerages model is that the owner is the broker, the one that everyone goes to for stuff. KW's model breaks out those two roles. So our owner is different, our broker is different. The one responsible. Sandra, who will come up next, she's same thing number two, like she's the one that actually makes the show go from an operational standpoint, and a director of ops. My job is growth, agent relationship. Yeah, that's right. And where's home base for you?
So I'm with Jess. We're here.
Colors.
We had a desk panel with AW and Ken.
The poor man.
We started in February.
Okay.
It should be nice. And then we're down to Cleveland. Yeah, it's cool. I came from, I was actually with Cross Country.
That's what she told me. Once upon a time.
It's weird. Now there's like 750.
How many were there when you left?
Good idea.
Rondé 15.
It's only number 14.
Yeah,
That's
so
hilarious.
that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. Where do you live? Like,
I
where-
live in Kent.
Okay, yeah.
So it's about everywhere I.
Yeah. Yeah, I live in Carolina. This is our core office, but then we have offices in Philly, Worcester, Mansfield. Every day I'm driving. Our teams are great people.
Yeah, I'm excited. So, yeah, they're doing a swim with mine, so that's how we met. I'm involved in like school boosters and stuff like that, so they're very involved in the community. It's cool. Yeah, hey, Mark, nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. What's your last name, Adam? Or- Mark.
Yeah.
I can remember that.
So you and I will.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right on. Thanks.
Yeah, likewise.
Story of our lives. Yeah. Our lives, it was like. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Rams look good.
That's
Your mouth, Mark.
they are.
The Eagles don't. It's not a zero-sum game until they play each other.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good matchup. They
I'm
both have-
surprised they won. That's not who I have.
No, well, that's the thing. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
it's like hot right now. They were not.
Yeah. They were.
They got the last two.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I can't stand their coach, I can't stand that guy. I don't know what it is, Brad and I watched, what's that? Show. Yes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stand, he did nothing, but he's one of those people that I watch when I pull out. Yeah, whatever.
Has like.
Yeah.
Or something.
Just doesn't know.
Like, what's happening? Yeah.
Oh, well.
Sweet,
Oh,
yeah.
you're not.
Yeah, we're just talking about that.
Sorry.
Well, she's an Eagles fan. They're doing good. They made it to the second round of the playoffs. I'm a Browns
Are you ready? Yeah, that is your partner. No. Yeah.
So, you know that there's not, you're gonna be all split up.
Right in the back of the room.
Oh, it's an apartment.
I don't
That's, I think that's.
And I kind of happened. Oh, right. No, I think you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't.
You don't need a partner, it's encouraged, and help people, sure.
All right. Anything new? Across the tomorrow. I would rather.
Yeah, right, yeah.
These are people. Bad seat. I like fart. Is someone gonna hear me? Or the mic's up there? Or where is? It's a hot mic. Yeah. Hot mic. Hot mic.
There's only one way to answer that.
Not that I like. Not that I'm like having fart issues today or anything, but and we are live, so. Oh, man. You doing it back, bro?
Makes it.
Yeah. And well, I don't think we have an else. I just be down.
Yeah.
He is the smallest. lid.
I don't want to sit by the stand by the. Oh, right, it's it.
Yes. That would be.
Oh, you have a readiness?
Not that I'm like.
Can't say there. Well, he basically would like you to move. I tried to plan it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to him later. My husband is like very sick, so I'm taking all this.
But that's not the right research is what you know. Hear me out, okay? Your research review, you gotta read. You gotta like. Search your mind. It's like. And I'm not saying you, I just. I was like, I don't even know. I was like, what's your order? I don't show up to it. And now it's like every 4 minutes I leave. Oh, yeah. I like my it's not solid. I was not going to tell them it's I'm going oh no.
Welcome in, everybody, and Happy New Year. I'm impressed. We had our room set up and we had fewer chairs set out. I was like, are we expecting fewer people than normal? And I'm glad that you disproved that fear. So way to come out. New year. I always say there's nothing magical about January, but it does present an opportunity for us to assess and get energized for what's next. Yeah, it's great to see so many faces here today. Today we have, I know I always say this, but we have so much ground to cover, and a lot of you are gonna be saying things, so we might end at like 12:04, just in the PSA, if you need to take away, that's okay. We're gonna do our very best. PSA to the Zoomers. For your best experience there, I'll give you 10 more seconds to read that, and then we'll go. All right, I'd love to hear from 3 of you. What's something that we can celebrate, point of gratitude to share?
So I want to give a shout out to Erica. The other day, I forgot to reserve a room and she heard that we were having a meeting with a client and she's like, I can back out for a minute. And just the fact that she was willing to step out and let us have that was super appreciative. That was awesome.
We need a nickname for Erica, because she's just, you never know quite where she's gonna sit. You can disappear at Rich's office, the back office, like she's the flexible chameleon, so thank you. Christian, you were raising your hand.
To the tech guru Amanda for helping us through all the rations this morning.
Here, she's
Guru, that's
helping many of us grow our businesses, and helping some of us figure out how to do the thing on our computer, printer, etc. I'll double that shout out. One more. Sandra.
I'm grateful to the leadership team because nobody called me while I was out of office. Thank you.
I just deleted your number, just like, I know I'm tempted. Yes, I'm glad. It's good to have a team that makes that possible. Here, I know that there's a million other things that we could give thanks for. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm also grateful for my family. I had COVID during Christmas, which dampens the experience, and
I did not give it to him.
Yes, you did.
I don't believe I got it.
I did not have COVID.
Whatever happened at the holiday party, you know, it got pretty wild.
So there's a
I'm not pointing
picture.
any fingers.
There's a picture out there.
There is a picture.
I'm not believing.
You're not even the zoo. Exactly.
They're not seeing your.
Oh, that's amazing.
Okay. I'm gonna mess with that in a minute when I have someone else come up, if that's all right. Thank you. All right, we're not doing that. I meant to delete that. Forgive me. All right, we are welcoming some familiar faces, or some new faces, excuse me. So Ashley. Yes, I do.
Okay, so we have a total of 7 new agents that onboarded in December. We have Alex.
Sharapa.
Thank you. Christine Powell, she's going to the RAP team. Brian Kendrick went to PC. Nick Up is in PC. Lindsay Covey is the Killy's new admin. Keisha Beachy is at the Mansfield PC, and then Danielle Bose has made it to the Christian Land team.
Welcome all. Sandra, I think you're next, and while can you
Yeah.
the down button, and I'm gonna mess with this for a quick second.
All right. No pressure for me.
I do hit the clicker. All right, so
Oh, forgiveness.
December's profit share based on the check was $21,987, and that put us year to date at $405,230. Our goal for the year was 400, if memory serves. So you crushed it, great job. Super excited for 2025. I don't remember what my next slide is.
You're doing great.
cappers.
Oh, I don't know.
There they are.
Oh, thank you. Our
Briefly.
December cappers were Brianna Biebling and Holly Van Riper, which is incredible. Great job, guys. And then the December top producer slide, there is not a shot. I know that off the top of my head, sorry.
From
Sure,
memory.
do you want to describe?
Amanda, does that look any better?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, excellent job, ladies, and
Nope.
December. Thank you.
Believe me.
Yeah, there's far too many of you for me to have memorized. Excellent job.
If you're on the list, stand up, let's recognize you for selling at least 3 homes for $500,000. See that hand? It's like a real estate altar call.
I think that's it for me.
Great work. It is.
Oh, perfect. Your 1099 should be in your email unless you requested otherwise. If you need corrections, let me know.
Thank you. I think Rich is our next one. There he is. He just pops in like, I don't know. I see my shining head here. He's here.
Oh, nice. That was a big with the shiny head here.
I feel like I'm allowed to.
You are, yeah. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Rich, come this way. Okay. Oh, we got the camera there.
All right, I'll stand over here.
Thank you.
Perfect. Good, okay. Let's talk a little bit about your personal transactions. So if you're not aware, we have a personal transaction fee minimum of $500 that the agent has to pay for any personal transaction. We don't have a limit on those. It's just if it's a personal transaction and you have to have ownership, somehow ownership interest either in the LLC or whatever. So we've got a lot of folks that are calling and asking the question, well, hey, my aunt or uncle or my cousin or my husband or my spouse or whatever has it, but I don't have any ownership. If you don't have ownership, it's not a personal transaction. So if it is a personal transaction, all you have to do is fill out the personal transaction form. It's in .loop, it's $500 and you're good to go. Any questions about that?
And that's assuming you're not taking in commission on the deal.
Yeah,
Wanna
if you
split that
take
up?
commission, yeah, if you take commission on the deal, so meaning, let's say, for example, I'm gonna write an offer on a $200,000 property, my commission's $5,000. I can negotiate that to where I only collect $500 and reduce the sale price from 200 by $4,500. And that way I get a better deal on the property, Keller Williams only gets the $500 and that's it. But if you get more than the $500 on a personal transaction, we're going to use that compensation as your regular split. We still have to pay KWRI on that split, and then the office will keep the 20 or 30%. So yes,
You're also not required to charge a transaction fee on top of the $500.
you're right. It's just $500 flat. Yep. Did we confuse you all enough?
If you're doing a personal transaction, call one of us and we'll
Yeah,
walk you through it so that you're not.
Can we just pay the $500 and not ask this, the seller, can we just write?
Sure. Yeah, you could negotiate all the commission away if you wanted to, or if they're not paying any commission, there is none, you would just pay the 500. Sure, absolutely. That's fine. Cassandra can bill you. All right, documentation disclosure. So your responsibilities as an agent, you need to be making sure that people are signing things correctly or signing them at all. So by the time we do compliance, there's a lot of times that agents are like, oh, well, I didn't get that signed and now the seller or the buyer won't sign something. So remember, it is your responsibility to make sure the documentation is correct and also using the correct email addresses for your .loop signatures, meaning that we don't send, let's say, if it's Cassandra and I are married, you're sending it to one email address and saying Rich Cosgrove and Cassandra Stevens are signing on one line. That's not appropriate. You have to have individual email addresses and signatures. So please just make sure you're doing all of that right. By the time we get it for compliance, we're trying our best to say, hey, we'll work with you, but we're seeing more and more of those mistakes happening. So if you can just double check that. Did you have a question on that? No, we're straight.
I did this. I might also breathe while I'm sitting here.
All right, association committees, there are a lot of you guys that either like or don't like what's happening in the world of real estate. So I would encourage you to get involved either at Ohio or your local association. You can make a difference, get on a committee. You can talk to any, we have a great group of agents here that are on the board here locally at Star. I think we have Sandy Fox is on Tusk, ECAR. So we've got agents that are on ACAR.
We have two that are on Mansfield board.
Yeah, we've got a lot of involvement. Reach out to those agents, get involved. Like I said, you can make a difference if you don't like what's happening. There's a lot going on. Municipal taxes, if you want to click on this link, Amanda. Okay, she will send it to you. Just a reminder that you are responsible for paying your taxes at the end of every year as a 1099. So wait. Jose may want to write the check. I don't know. But anyway, you actually owe tax to each municipality that you sell in that collects a municipal tax. So if you're in Canton City, it's 2%. If you're in Massillon, I think it's 2 or 2.5%, whatever it is. If you're in Jackson Township, which is where this building is located, and you live in a township, then you probably don't owe any municipal tax. But if you are selling in any of those, whatever percentage of income you earned in that municipality, that's what you owe. This link will actually tell you, type in the address, it'll tell you what municipality and what tax you would owe in that.
So did Rita go away?
No, Rita is still there, but there are Rita takes up a bunch of different municipalities perhaps that all go into one and they distribute it for you. Canton City, you're gonna pay Canton City for everything. They're not part of Rita. Maslin City is part of Maslin City. They're not part of Rita. So it depends on the municipality that you're selling. So
North
if you
Canton
go
is-
with,
North Canton is part of Rita.
there you go. So
I can get you a list of your closings by zip code if you need them.
would that be helpful?
7 years
Yeah.
on that.
Zip code doesn't necessarily,
Yeah.
because 44708, you've got Jackson Township, Perry
You do.
Township, and Kansas City.
Yeah, the address that you type into this
Yeah.
will give you a very
Good deed.
specific exactly where it is. So,
I try.
nice try. Thanks for the help.
Yeah.
The one stickler on that, it's usually on you to like make it, the one stickler is Fairlawn. Fairlawn goes after you and checks everything.
Green.
Fair.
Green definitely.
Jose doesn't know that from first looks.
Right.
Neither does Diane. We all try and get away with not paying these, but they do sometimes come after you, and I can tell you, once you file one, you might as well forget it, because they're never gonna give you a range.
Right.
Even if you didn't sell anything in that municipality, so sometimes you have to file, even though it's zero. Just a reminder. Okay, thanks, guys.
So maybe that,
Thanks, Rich.
just never apply.
There you go. More-
So far, I'm on that boat.
Do you want to see Chris?
You won't, it's your stuff with Adam.
Adam and Kayla, okay, there's Chris, I'm not gonna make any shining head comments. Your smiling faces.
It's good to see everybody's smiling faces. I don't know, how many know Adam? Hi, Adam.
Hello.
So, we're collaborating, we have a team of Keller Home Loans agents, so we're excited to have a full force, which is, exciting for me. Adam, do you wanna like tell them about some?
Yeah, sure. So I have had a chance to work with quite a few of you in the room. So those who haven't, my name is Adam Zeman. So a little bit about me just real quick. So just personally, when it comes to working with clients, I love working with first-time home buyers. I myself, I'm a real estate investor. So if you have clients that are in that space, I can have educated conversations with them. But I am super excited to be joining Keller Home Loans with Kayla here. So we're bringing in a lot of the great things that we already had here, but also a lot of new and improved systems and processes to better help serve your guys' clients. So if you haven't given us an opportunity to work with you and your clients, we really are looking for an opportunity just to get that one to show you that we can do a great job for you guys. And also, for those of you that have set big goals for this year, we'd love to sit down and talk with you guys to see how we can help you accomplish those goals and get you to where you're trying to be in 2025. So.
Yeah, and to that point, so we'll be in the office from Monday through Thursday, so you can stop in, you can schedule a time if you have an off the cuff question, but we also have a training coming up on the 23rd. So we're all gonna be up here, it's gonna be a lender panel. You can ask us the most embarrassing questions you want, especially Adam, or if you have any lender scenarios. So I highly encourage everybody to come out, especially if you're newer. The goal is to kind of pack the room with experienced agents and newer agents, because we can all learn from each other's experiences. And also to learn more about our programs. So we have a huge menu of programs, not only for your clients to help fit their needs, but also we're gonna help you market yourself. So come out, see what that's all about on the 23rd. And then we're also privileged to sponsor the Education Day on the 28th. If you have not done a KPA or dove into this, I did mine 2 years ago, and we just reviewed it at the New Philly office team meeting, and like, it is still so spot on. If you're doing your goal planning, go through that KPA, because it's really important to leverage your strengths to grow your business. So we're excited to be part of that. too.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Good plug. Appreciate it. Don't want to jinx us, but we're 3 minutes ahead of schedule right now. We're doing great, guys, and now it's my turn to talk, which means, sorry. All right, so we're titling kind of the bulk of our conversation today, Vision 2025, where we've been, where we're going, and what it means for you. So this is a goal planning, setting time of year, but without understanding where we're coming from and understanding the market ahead, or at least having perspective on that, I think setting goals and putting plans in place is a little bit short-sighted. So you're gonna hear from a handful of us, or we're gonna talk a little bit about what the Market Center is planning to do. We want you to feel supported and feel energized to grow in the new year, and so we're excited to share a handful of those things as well. So let's talk about themes in 2024. Then our settlement was obviously the big one, the big scary one. Who has survived? Are we all still alive? Let's give another round of applause to Rich for his work as our broker. Just here briefly, if you're concerned with let's say an 8 out of 10 in July when this was coming down the pike. I'd love to hear reflections from one or two of you, how you feel now having gotten some reps in, maybe for those of you that were more fearful. Anyone care to speak to it? Jessica.
So obviously I'm not an agent, so I don't like talk to people about this, but as an admin on the side, like I've noticed that something that obviously everyone's concerned about is that you're not gonna make as much commission, but I'm seeing higher commissions
Yeah.
overall as a result of
Who has
it.
made more money than they were used to on the buy side? I know Liz, you and I were talking about this. Yeah. Those who are in the business of defending their value are making more money, which is great. And that's a huge opportunity moving forward. Interest rates, I'd say the theme for interest rates is normalizing the new normal. Interest rates actually got to their lowest point in 2024 than they had in 2 years, which is like, okay, it's a new normal. And we've talked about this before. Obviously, the election cycle, we could talk about that for days if we care to. I don't care to right now, but that shaped the viewpoints of our consumers in many ways and the decisions that they were choosing to make or not. Inflation was a key theme, and actually economic outlook from a national perspective is actually 2024 was the healthiest year as it relates to inflation that we've seen in a while. That being said, the cumulative effects of what we saw in 21 and 22 we're still feeling. And if you didn't sell a whole lot more real estate this year than you're used to, the compounding effects of everything kind of consistently being more expensive has created challenges, not just for your consumers, but for you. And our job from a market center leadership standpoint is considering, hey, who's struggling it? You know, who didn't sell something this month and is feeling it perhaps more than they did in the past. And that's a real crunch. And then on a personal note, we don't know everything that all of you are going through, but we're aware of a lot of the things that many of you are going through. And many of you faced hard things this year. Loss of loved ones, major health challenges personally or with a loved one. Those are the kind of the themes that come to mind. And we're naive to think that doesn't show up in the way that we approach our lives and our businesses. Which doesn't mean that we lay down because something hard happens, but acknowledging hard, I think is important to take stock of what's true. And what have we overcome? What have we had to set aside in order to focus on that hard thing? I'm looking around the room and seeing many who face things in that vein, and it's worth taking account of. So let's look a little bit at the numbers. So these are MLS Now numbers. So if you're in Mansfield, Ashland, those numbers aren't factored in, but MLS Now takes a pretty broad swath and gives us a perspective on some of what we saw in 2024. So this is number of homes sold in MLS Now in 2024. So it's down, lowest in the last 5 years, which is no surprise. It's actually the lowest number of homes sold since 1995. And I've been in the same room as many of you as we've shared that statistic, which you should be encouraged if you're still at it. You know, you made it. This was the hardest year as it relates to transaction in almost 30 years, which is pretty wild. But volume was your savior. And we get volume because average sale prices have continued to trend in a direction that favors your paychecks. So our volume, it's not as high as it was in 21 and 22. We didn't expect it to, but it was higher than it was in 20 and 23. So that kind of buoyed us through a lower transaction year than many. All right, you're about to see a lot of numbers, and I'm going to walk through them briefly. We can share this slide.
Can you just talk briefly, like why the 1995 is significant, like, and how does that compare with 2008 or 9 or whatever, like why is 95? Just to put that in context, like why does that matter? Why does that?
I honestly am not prepared to answer that question with regards to particularly what was happening in 1995. I was 10 years old now. But I shared just from a perspective of like, hey, it's not as though.
Not a common.
Correct.
Yeah.
More of a project.
Okay.
Someone who's been at it longer than me want to chime in on that?
I didn't hear the question.
What was true in 1995 that made the number of transactions so low?
I remember eighties.
Yeah. Maybe. I'll get back to you on that. Didn't mean to jump ahead. Oopsie. So this is a look at us. So I'm gonna spend a minute here and then I'm gonna pass the mic to Jose. So top bar is, and we're looking at 22, 23, and 24 to see a little bit of a trend line. So this is number of homes sold in the MLS. So 57,000 homes in 02 or 22, 49 and 48. So trending down meaningfully from 2022. That being said, this is where I get excited. For us, Keller Williams Legacy Group, we sold 2,800, 2,900, and then almost 3,000. And so for us, we can control what we can control. That means against the market. So from 22, 21, we gained 11.4% market share, which means we outperformed the market by that percentage. 23, we outperformed by 17%. 24, we outperformed by 4%. Which means you guys are working harder and you're better agents than the average agent out there. So give yourselves a hand for outperforming. That's the worst. Closed volume is up, so we closed $675 million worth of real estate. That's incredible. Great job. We took 2,400 listings up meaningfully from last year and from the year before. Obviously, listings sold. Not every listing taken equals listing sold, and we see that percentage go down. So 1,400 is still our highest, but 1,400 out of almost 2,400 is a lower percentage than these ones here. So if you're a listing heavy agent, you probably felt that a little bit more.
Could that be because I'm going over to live here and they haven't sold yet?
Could be. There's probably some of that, but that would have been true in the prior years as well.
Don't downplay that.
They're all gonna hit in January. We're gonna sell like 1,000 in January. Listing sold volume, we sold 327 million in listings, which again is up in a meaningful way over 2022 and 23. Tracking with that, our average sale price, and this is legacy, this is not the MLS, is trending up as well. And that's our saving grace right now. Like our units are up, and that's the thing that we can control. But average sale price is the reason that some of you made more last year than you're used to. Our average agent this past year made just under $62,000, which is a fantastic number. When you look at national statistics as it relates to agent production, we crush our local area, but we really crush the national numbers, and that's credit to you guys and your hard work. So that's up a little bit from last year. It's down a little bit from the year before that. And then as Cassandra shared, we shared $405,000 back with the goal. Anyone want to comment, or is there a quick question as you look at these kind of macro trends? Are you surprised by any of this?
Side note, Damiano, he's gonna kill me for the way I said his name, I'm sorry.
Damiano.
Thank you. He gave an answer to the 1995 situation. The low real estate transaction volume in 1995 was influenced by several key factors, being economic recession recovery. I'm not gonna read all that, high mortgage rates, demographic shifts, so the late baby boomer generation had already entered the housing market.
There you go, Damiano.
Thank ChatGPT for that.
Yeah. So that's what we can celebrate, and we'll celebrate more of you more specifically for awards night on March 7th. But Jose's gonna chat a little bit about what we can see looking into 2025.
Someone asked me, I talked about the 1995 number, and I was saying I was in 10th grade at that time, and you made me feel really old. 10 years back.
She was old.
You were born, okay. Cool. All right, so Mark asked me to go over some numbers around like what to expect for 2025. So 30 minutes, is that correct?
Minimum.
Okay. Down to so we're gonna go over just kind of like what to expect in 2025, what economists are saying, and kind of the reason we wanted to go over this was to be able to give you guys some tools as you're sitting down with buyers, as you're sitting down with sellers, real estate investors. They ask the questions that hopefully we're gonna be going over, so you can have these slides and be able to like talk through that with them and become their knowledge source for all things real estate. So first thing is, rates, that's always the conversation of what are rates doing, and so. Instead of me guessing or me asking certain people what we think rates are gonna do in 2025. These are the average of all 9 kind of leading indicators, leading predictors, economists talking about what they believe rates are gonna do in 2025. So the average of all 9 are 6.36 is where they think the average rate is gonna be throughout 2025. The reason that's important is as you talk to buyers and they're like, oh, we're gonna wait for rates to drop to wherever they think it's going to drop, having this kind of information is gonna be super helpful because it's not Aaron telling them, hey, this is what's gonna happen. These are professional people out there, economists that are all saying this is about what we think interest rates are gonna be. Make sense? I don't know if our lenders in the room, is that kind of what you have been hearing throughout the year is what we're gonna be expecting?
Yeah, I mean, especially because I'm gonna be on the fund a lot. You have to look at it like on an everyday basis. And depending upon the factors, jobs markets, things like that, these new tariffs that are gonna be coming into place too with the new administration and all those kinds of things. So that's what we're kind of thinking. It may not be right away, like right off the rip, but I mean, that's the trend for everything that we've been seeing and reading.
And that's down from where they are now too, because like Mark was saying, the interest rates did drop before the election, but it was literally like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, right.
And then they went back up. And so if they do come back down to this range, they're coming down almost, 1% from where they are now.
Yeah. One of the tools, if you haven't heard me talk about this before, is Mortgage News Daily. If you haven't downloaded this app, I should get royalties off of this app. Because I feel like I tell everyone. But Mortgage News Daily, you can set up a notification that daily you're getting a text message and it says, hey, rates are at 6.9, and that gives you like an arrow sign up or down about where they're heading and where they went that day. So as a real estate professional, I don't call a lender every day to find out what rates are because I just get that notification and kind of just keep me relevant to what's going on.
And then keep in mind too, that's an average too.
Yes.
Based off credit scores and things, they could fluctuate.
Yes, yep, good call. All right, so first question you're probably gonna get as
I have some
first question you're probably gonna get as a real estate professional is what are rates doing? There you go. The next question is, what is going to be happening to home prices?
Sometimes.
I think we're going the wrong way.
No, this is our way.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so the other question is home prices. What's gonna happen to home prices? I know in the last 30 days, I've talked to several people and they're like, oh, home prices are gonna come down, or have home prices started to come down yet? And you can see here, they went out to 21 different organizations that have probably highly paid economists that are looking at a lot of different factors. And 19 out of the 21 expect home prices to either be flat or gain a little bit. And the average of all 21 is about 2.9% appreciation in 2025. So
kind of in keeping with history.
yeah, is it crazy appreciation like we saw in 2021 and 2022? No. Are we in 2008? Definitely not, right? And so I think there's a lot of buyers out there saying, hey, I'm waiting for prices to come down. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Morgan Stanley and Moody is the only ones that think that's gonna happen, and it's not gonna happen dramatically, right? And so I think when you're talking to buyers, help educate them and not sell them on things, but just to educate them on this is helpful information from a third party to like talk through. Any other comments about home pricing? The only thing I'll say about home pricing, and this is a national number, it's like asking what's the weather, right? Nationally, well, I have 19 today. And in Austin, Texas, it's quite different, right? And so knowing your local market and your local neighborhoods and what's happening there is really important. This just gives you a broad stroke for people that are asking that question. The third thing that we wanted to go over is what will happen with home sales, and Mark already hit on it a little bit, but 2024 was the toughest year as far as amount of houses that are sold since 1995. So if you made it, congratulations, you did better than a lot of people. And we believe, not just me, but a lot of economists out there believe that 2025 is gonna be up and to the right as far as home sales go. So you can see we're at 4.6 last year. And we expect it to go to 5.1 next year, so, it could get better, it will get better. And I think the roughest patch of it, it might be over.
And also, unless I'm misremembering, we had a conversation mid-year where there was a darker outlook on how the year would end than it did. Cause I think we were talking like, hey, are we gonna be north of 4?
Well, that's existing and new construction.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the
Who is that?
Yeah. And this last slide I have is, so this is the projection. They expect home sales to rise about 9% this year, and then again, another 13% next year. So if you're feeling a little beat up from the market, better times are ahead, right? And there'll be more opportunities, more transactions that are happening in the next 12 to 24 months. Hopefully that gives you some optimism.
And he's not quoting someone from Pittsburgh when he says Yins.
Yes.
That's Lawrence Yun, who's an economist for an hour. Yeah, I didn't get a Pittsburgh joke in there.
Yeah.
For my friend Doug Miller. Hey, now you join the rest of us out of the playoffs, so. Not. All right, just a couple thoughts mindset wise before we talk about some of the things that we're gonna be doing to help you all win in the new year. So take the win. This is something that one of my favorite podcast hosts regularly say for people who are constant worriers or they're tempted to just see the things that go wrong. It's like, hey, you're still at it. You paid the bills in 2024. That's better than what a lot of people did. Take the win. Find the place that you can celebrate if it was a hard year for you. Number 2, put on your own oxygen mask first, which means worry about your business and your production and focusing on the things that are going to generate business so that you can actually continue to thrive and take market share in this market. It's easy to be focused on lots of different things in this business. And hey, I need to, we're going to talk about committees you can be a part of today. There's lots of good things you can do. At the end of the day, if you're not feeding your family, none of that other stuff matters. And so put on your own oxygen mask first. 3, choose to be accountable as opposed to being a victim. There's stuff that's hard. And as I talked about the hard personal things that many of you all faced in the last year, I'm looking at Eric, who's kind of the consummate push through the hard things guy in so many ways. And it's like, he dealt with some really hard things this year and he had a fantastic year. Not because the tailwinds were just taking him there, but because he continued to focus on what he could control rather than being a victim to his environment. So be an Eric. 4, grit creates resilience. Ask, in what ways might I seek to be a little tougher, a little bit grittier, so that I can be resilient and persistent through this market. I know we talked about a book club for the book Grit. It will start in February. Stay tuned for a specific date on that. And then just a 5th point there is the opportunity is huge, which means that there's a market share opportunity. We've taken market share. One of the trends that we haven't, or the predictions that we haven't spent time on is that NAR, I know Rich shared this with us several weeks back, NAR is expecting a whole bunch of realtors to get out of the business. I feel like we kind of been hearing that for a few years, so we'll see if it ends up being as seismic as they're saying. They're saying up to 600,000 agents, which is a ton of agents, out of the 1.5 million that are licensed today. Whether it's half of that, whether it's a quarter of that, whether it's all of that, no one's expecting there to be more agents at the end of this year than there are today. Which means those of you who continue to work hard can take a few percentage points of market share if you want to, and put in the effort there. So with that, we're going to talk about some of the things we're going to be doing this year. I skipped a slide that's somewhere that I hope it doesn't show up somewhere. What we're going to be kind of giving you previews of is things that we're saying, hey, we want to do to help you to win. So we put together a GPS as a market center. We do this every year. We're not going to walk through that GPS because it's a lot, but we're highlighting a few of the things and areas that matter for you. So Amanda, let's talk about leads.
I'm very staticky.
You want to?
Nope. Hi, everybody. So one of the things that's on our GPS this year is to generate 5,000 leads in command. So this is obviously something I'm a little more passionate about. So I'm willing to do what it takes to get there with all of your help. So what we are planning to do is do like a monthly group where we all meet on Zoom. just once a month, and we're gonna ask that you come with having ran at least one ad for $25. And then we're gonna talk about, how many leads did you generate? We're gonna do how much did you spend and do a little like nerd out with the numbers. And then it's also going to be a coaching opportunity. I'm inspired by Gina's Dominate Your Week, so it's gonna be one of those get excited type things. We're also gonna do some tech moments. We're gonna do some lead conversion, lead tips. So it's gonna be a little bit of everything. Like I said, these are some expectations. We're gonna have a call about it January 21st at 10 a.m. So if you're interested, join us. I'm not gonna force you to be in it if you don't want to, but please join us and see what it's about. So yeah, and there will be some foul, like if you're familiar with Bold, there will be some fouls, there will be some accountability towards it, but nothing wild. So yes.
Amanda, what if I wanna be in your cool club, but I don't have command set up?
Please meet with me. Please meet with me. You can be in my cool club still. Get with me. We'll set up a time to make sure that you're smooth sailing. We're also gonna do a little demo on the 21st to get you ready so that when we leave that Zoom, you'll feel like you're ready to run ads and get started. So thank you.
Amanda's Cool Club.
And that's what we'll call it. That's what it's gonna be called.
That's great. Gina, I think we got you up next.
Some stuff to pass out. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna talk about some things to come in 25. For those of you in PC, we just finished our 12 weeks of track with the locker room. So that'll run again here in the spring. Now, can you pass some stuff out for me? Other topics coming with the locker room are the 13 steps of building a scalable business that's running right now. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, because you're not in coaching, feel free to reach out and I can loop you in on some of that stuff. I'm gonna have Mark start to pass out some stuff. One of these is a agent wheel. So if we run out, let me know and I can get you one. What I'd love to do is have you guys rate yourself. If you look at that, the instructions are on the bottom. And anyone who's not in coaching, and you want to learn how to, give yourself a score of 2 and get your score up to a 5, please reach out and I'd love to meet with you to work with you on that. We do have lots of openings in phase 2 of coaching. So that's what that would be. We talk about that a lot in our PC group now. We also have a form, and I said I would talk really fast today, so that's why I'm talking fast. I have 2 minutes. So
I thought you were slow, actually.
Am I going slow? I'll go fast. The next thing that I'm gonna have you pass out is something that I was working on creating, which I think a lot of agents, in particular new agents, don't ask themselves particular questions. So like, as a new agent, are you asking yourself the question, what should my business look like? What should I be working on? What do I need to do and what steps should I be taking to grow my business? So that form's going to go through some things like, who's your target audience? What is a target audience? Who should be in my target audience? And what is my unique value proposition, or what the heck is even that term? And so we talk a lot about that right now in our one-on-ones. When we're doing our GPS for this year, we're actually doing it in 90-day cycles versus the whole year. A little bit easier to hang on to 90 days than to look at, well, I've got 6 months to worry about that thing. So we're going to be doing in 90-day cycles and rinse and repeat it and repeat. So that's something we're focusing on right now. Also, this is a 5 to 25 challenge. So if you're wondering, what the heck should I be doing as a real estate agent? I don't even know what several agents do. This actually has a spot you'll see for a signature. It's not for me, it's not for Mark, it's not for Jose, it's for you. That's a contract with yourself if you want to know what you should be doing and what other highly successful agents are doing. And some other things to come in coaching. So we're going to be focusing on advanced negotiation skills, marketing mastery, client relationship building techniques, lead generation strategies, marketing trends analysis, role-playing scripts, which we do every other Friday. All are welcome. Team challenges, things that we're going to be doing, like we're competing. We've got a contest going on right now with 4 different possible winners. Thanks to Keller Mortgage for the lovely giant prize, which is jam-packed with lots of alcohol. So that didn't come for me. So thank you on that. Panel discussions with experts. We're going to do some spotlights with some agents who've graduated from the coaching program, monthly accountability and networking events. And we're gonna have some guest speakers, and Mark and I are working on doing a quarterly in-person career night that's gonna be more like a career expo kind of thing. So more to come on that.
Awesome.
There we go.
Thank you.
Okay, I did like
Great
3
job.
minutes. I might have been-
Well done, thank you. Yeah, really excited. I think, Gina, you've been in this for 6 or 7 years. Many people would have mailed it in or like, hey, I've got it figured out. This is all we do. And I think, Gina, I've seen 2024 for you be a year of, let me try this, let me research this, let me partner with you. You're continuing to push the ball forward, which we're all grateful for, and the agents are beneficiaries of. So I see it and I appreciate it. All right, for those of you who are new to KW, we have this cool thing called the Associate Leadership Council, the ALC. Every year we have some carryover, every year we have some fresh faces. So this year's group is, and as I said, you stand at the end after I say everyone's name. So Sam Holmes is going to be on the Culture Committee. Bethany Peters is Queen of Tusk. We're saying outreach, but it's all things Tusk. Diana Porterfield is Culture. Aaron Roby will be sharing the Culture Committee again. Nick Rock, Education Committee. Liz Anders, Outreach Committee. I'm helping out with the Wealth Committee. Caitlin Shepard is chairing the Education Committee. Katie Shimmick is with Wealth. Melissa Steiner is with Outreach, and Michael Stetlick is with Wealth. If I can say your name, stand up. And let's give these folks a hand. They're on the ALC because they sell homes, they know what it takes to win, and they're committed to continuing to grow. But they're also servant-hearted and excited to see the Market Center be a better place than it was last year. So I'm grateful for each of you. We're gonna do a quick blitz. I'm gonna have those that I don't have a slide for. Oh, give us a 30-second. What's going on with culture and why should people be curious? You guys are on deck.
So Culture Committee, I would say is, if you like to have fun, this is what we do. We add a little fun weirdness, right, to the brokerage. If you're somebody that wants to have input on some of our agent ran activities and events that we do, this is the committee for you to join in. Ultimately, what we want to do is maintain positive culture here. Or excuse me, at the brokerage. So,
thanks, Aaron.
Yep.
Great work. Liz and or Melissa.
Melissa's got a handout for everybody. So we're excited about the outreach committee. It's brand new this year, so definitely going to be a work in progress. I'm going to tell a personal story. My first 8 months in real estate, I was at a different brokerage and I felt completely disconnected and on an island. And I did 0 transactions. Joined Keller Williams Legacy, got plugged in, got to meet some amazing people, got to take advantage of the resources here. And here I stand, just over a year later. So it's really to help everybody feel like they have a connection to this brokerage, this amazing group of people, the resources that are available to us, and to help put those things together so that nobody feels like they're all alone.
Awesome.
And I will say that seasoned agents and newer agents, please, all of you guys, I want us all to come together because I know that I had the same personal experience. And when I got connected and actually started building relationships with everybody, that was successful, birds of a feather flock together. So please come and flock to us and we will love to have you.
That's such a good point.
I have to say something, okay?
Being connected can often create productivity. So when people say, what should I do? It's like, being around the office doesn't produce transactions, but you're rubbing elbows with people that are and increase the likelihood of opportunities there. So I love that point. Mike or Katie, we didn't say who's gonna go, but who wants to go?
I have the handout, so Mike.
Okay.
So one of our big focuses in the wealth committee is going through, getting kind of a smaller group of people who truly wanna work on whatever percentage of wealth they wanna grow over, going over your profit loss, putting together that type of spreadsheet, net worth. Maybe focusing on different income streams, how to grow your downline, investment opportunities, and being truly open with each other about what's working and what's not working. Not saying that, us three are gonna have the specific answers, but collectively coming in and talking through it about what's working. And also bringing in experts in their field to be able to talk through different scenarios. So it's gonna be accountability, it's gonna be a deep dive focus into your business and how to, grow whatever your goal is in the wealth this year.
Awesome. And we meet Friday at 11.
Yeah, sorry, second Friday at 11.
Except this week, which is This Friday, yeah, yes, yeah. Most Fridays moving forward, or months moving forward, it will be second Friday. Thanks, Mike. And then last but not least, I know I've seen everybody, there she is, Caitlin Shepherd. What is going on with the education committee?
I didn't print out my flyer, so you don't get to add your stat.
But there's some out there, yeah.
Yeah, there are some. So we're actually to meet today for the first time, for the first meeting of the year after team meeting at 12:30. Education committee, if you are committed to growing yourself and your business, what we'll do is work on what type of classes are going to be beneficial and going to help your business grow. Giving topic ideas to the market center, also helping plan education days. And also CE opportunities, because that's something that everyone needs. So, and connecting who you know to the market center to make some awesome classes this year. So come check us out. It's open to everyone.
12:30 today after you've eaten some pizza or something. I think that's what we're doing today. Hey, we haven't done much pizza lately, so we're trying to be thoughtful. We'll get back to pizza this month. All right, we do have a guest. That it's not. Okay. As always, this isn't so much like this is something to focus on in 2025, but you should always be thinking about how you can nurture your database at a higher level and talk with your SOI. So I know, well, there she is.
Well, I'm glad you can find her.
Brooke with Reminder Media is gonna chat a little bit about how you can do that with them.
It's on the first page.
Thank you so much, Mark. Yeah, thanks again for having me out. I'm curious if you're able to see my screen.
Can you still share?
I would love to share some visuals.
There we go.
All right, Brooke, how you doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much, Mark. I sincerely appreciate the
hang on a
opportunity
second.
to connect with your group today. Let me know if you can see my screen all right. Is that showing up for you
Hang
okay?
on a second, Brooke. All right, try now.
Terrific. Are you able to hear me now?
We sure can.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. I sincerely appreciate the opportunity to connect with everybody. It sounds like an amazing group of people that are really ready to take 2025 by storm. That's for sure. So I just want to, again, thanks for the chance to chat with everybody. My name is Brooke. I'm one of the marketing coordinators here at Reminder Media. So quick background on our company for maybe anyone who hasn't bumped into us. We've been in business for 20 years. We're based right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, we actually started in a garage in 2004 and have grown significantly over the years because of our incredible success within the realm of real estate specifically. So today's webinar, though, is really called Stop Missing Opportunities and Start Connecting. And I can say with complete certainty that whether you're brand new or part-time, a seasoned veteran, or literally anything in between, referral business, client retention, they're absolutely critical to your success in this business. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with a recent study conducted by NAR. What you'll notice is that 56% of buyers and 68% of sellers found their agent by referral or by going with someone that they had a relationship with already. So, and I understand everybody here wants to be a great listing agent since that's where the money is. So when you take a closer look at that 68% of sellers that found an agent through referral or using their previous agent they stayed in touch with, you'll notice that less than 5% of all sellers found their agent through a website or traditional farming tool like a newsletter or a postcard, all combined. So it just tells us that most people, yeah, they go online, they'll check out houses and research agents, but when the time comes for them to actually list their home or their property, they're going to find an agent through somebody they know and trust or use a realtor that they already have a relationship with. So knowing that that's where most of your leads are coming from, where are most agents spending their money? NAR's recent study found that 63% of licensed agents are literally spending $0 a year on referral-based and relationship expenses at all. I talk with agents every day, and whether this is you all that I'm speaking with or not, there are so many realtors
realtors out there that are putting their time and energy and money into the wrong places. So this is really why we're truly in business. I don't want anyone in the office today to drive by the home of a past client or a friend or a family member or even just a neighbor down the street and see a for sale sign with a competitor's name on it. Nor do I want anyone listening today to log into the MLS and see a potential client that you've devoted time and energy and effort and money into that they've ended up listing now with a different agent. So these are really the missed opportunities that I'll be addressing in this presentation. It's just a very simple statement. This is a relationship business. Human nature, it tends to hover towards what we see most. So with that being said, the easiest way for you to generate more referrals and listings and secure repeat transactions is by simply reminding your clients that you value that relationship and reminding them you appreciate the business that they send your way. So, and that's really where we come in. We help agents stay better connected with their spheres of influence, the people they know, and past clients in order to generate referral opportunities and secure future transactions. So we have loads of different ways to help people stay connected to the individuals that matter most to your business, but our main one is our customizable publications. So first up, we have American Lifestyle Magazine. We've been publishing for 20 years. The content is a lot like Architectural Digest, so mainly general interest articles around travel and art, interior design, recipes and cooking, a little something for everyone. Next up, we have Start Healthy, which we really tried to gear towards living a healthier lifestyle, such as fitness and nutrition tips and all things mind, body, spirit. After that, we have Good to Be Home, which we really created for those of you who wanted more real estate content in the magazines, such as energy efficiency and DIY, interior decorating and design, ways to increase your property value. And then lastly, we have our newest publication, Business in Action. It's definitely geared more for our commercial agents and real estate investors or financial advisors that we work with, but anybody can send it out. The content focuses more on investment tips and what's going on in the financial markets or interviews with business owners and entrepreneurs. But all 4 magazines are beautiful 48-page coffee table quality pieces that you can brand entirely to your business and your recipient. So while we do have Good to Be Home that focuses on real estate or Business in Action geared more towards financial advisors, we still really try to make sure the content never makes anyone feel like they're being marketed to or solicited in any way. We really want this to feel like a gift coming from you to the people that you know. So we give you the ability to brand yourself right on the front cover. You can include your photo, name, contact info, office logo right there. Everyone will know exactly who sent them the magazine the second they pull it out of the mailbox. And you have loads of different choices for your cover options and designs as well. And then on the inside front cover, we actually give you the opportunity to write a personalized letter or bio or unique value proposition with your recipients' names at the very top. So it'll never say, dear valued client, or anything that would be perceived as maybe a little lazy or generic. For example, if you had a client recently who just had a baby girl or a child graduate or home anniversary, you can put a congratulations message in just their magazine and keep it separate from all of the others. So I have agents who love to do a bio on themselves or a value proposition on that inside front cover to introduce themselves and stand out from the competition. But you also have 2 branded tear out cards, one in the front, one at the back. They usually default to recipes because that's always the biggest hit. I recommend at least one, but you have thousands of other options like a DIY project, healthy living tips. We can do something custom like a just listed card or just sold. We even have motivational quotes, anything that you like. And then we give you the control over the back covers as well, inside and out. So we have loads of templates to choose from with your photos and branding to be displayed, or we can help design something from scratch to highlight your listings or your sold properties, local market insights and updates, client testimonials, anything that really demonstrates your local expertise in your market. So the magazine is really great, but I'm really not here to talk about a magazine. If you're looking at this screen, there's simply some things we cannot do on a consistent enough basis unless we want to go broke. But on the other hand, the newsletters and the flyers and the other mailers, they just don't get us inside the home. So the number one reason that agents use our services is because of our shelf life. We actually track ourselves to be at least 4 to 6 weeks inside the home. Like I mentioned to you before, I talk to agents every day and I talk to them, okay, what do you do when you come home from a long day? You have a big stack of mail you're sorting through and some random business sends you a postcard advertisement in the mail. I mean, after you glance at it, pretty much it's either recycle bin or trash can, right? You throw it away right away. The publication, because it's seen as a gift and is high quality, it gets inside the home and lands on the coffee table or the countertop where your clients see it every single day and are reminded of how much you value that relationship. So they never forget to refer you to someone they meet with a real estate need. So it also works really great as a first impression piece. So most of my clients love to get some sent to themselves to hand out at open houses or listing presentations to give to a potential client they meet out in the field rather than a business card like every other agent. So I'm about to dive into 2 additional tools that actually come along with the publication and the pricing incentives we have set up for the office. But any questions at this point on the magazine or customizations at all before I do that?
I think we're tight on time, Brooke, so we'll keep on rolling.
Absolutely, for sure. Well, we've added a couple of new features. One is using AI and predictive analytics. It's called Likely to Move. And it tells us who among any list, so it'd be your sphere, it could be a farming list, anyone that you want to look at, who is most likely to be moving or sending you a referral in the coming months. So you know exactly who to get in front of to get the highest ROI. We also included an online lead magnet and that we build out for you and have the ability to add a QR code to your magazine, prompting people to scan it to get a free home valuation or market analysis. And we'll notify you every time someone fills it out. So you can follow up with that lead right away and get that listing appointment. So go ahead and grab a pen. I'll jump into the pricing incentives we have set up for your office since Mark was nice enough to have us out to speak with you. Anyone though that's watching that's sitting there thinking, okay, I might want to try this out or even just get some more information later today or tomorrow, go ahead and pull out your phone and scan the code. And what I'll do is I'll throw in an extra incentive if you do end up doing just our one-time trial mailing. So I'll give everyone a chance to scan the code. We really made it cost effective though to try this out once and have 3 incentives set up for the office. So there's only 2 costs to try this out all in. The first one being a one-time activation cost. So usually it's $299, but because Mark was nice enough to have us out to speak with you, we've actually reduced that to just a one-time cost of only $99. And it goes towards a few things. So you get a one-on-one marketing coach, someone from our team that will hold your hand through the whole process. They'll help with all of the customizations and designs and strategies and help you access a huge social media library full of high quality content ready for posting and utilize that AI program for more targeted lead gen. And then we also work off of exclusivity. So anyone that you send it to, we lock them in. No one else can mail to any of your contacts or clients. You essentially own your list. So, and then the price per unit is only $4.99. So less than a Hallmark card, really, because it includes everything. It's your printage, postage, all shipping and handling, and the minimum's only $50. We look small with using this tool targetedly. So if you focus on just your top 50 relationships, you're looking at an investment of only $249.50. So whether you want to get something out right away in time to plant the seed for the spring market or hit at right the height of the spring market to capture those listings, you get to work with your marketing coach on your timeline whenever you're ready to do that. So. And then the third incentive, and I'll just leave you all with a quick tip, but it's just a one-time mailing. So it's a commitment-free trial. You do pay the price per issue and the activation cost, but it's a chance to get it out to your contacts, touch base with them, right? If we're looking at home sales increasing over the next 24 months, who haven't maybe you connected with recently that you want to re-engage with and get their feedback on what they think, right? See, find out what they think of the magazine. And we do have an 84% retention rate, just meaning most agents that try it out once end up mailing with us for years to come because of the results and feedback that they get from their contacts. So, but now that I've gone through the pricing, y'all know it's cheaper, like I said, than a Hallmark card to send it out. We'll leave the incentives open for your office for a few weeks, but for anyone who thinks, okay, I would want to try this out one time, get me started off for the new year, I will actually include an extra 15 free magazines just for getting set up today or tomorrow. Additionally, I will also include an entire free month of our paid digital marketing platform. So it's normally $120 a month, and it includes 5 different digital products, like a digital magazine, branded social media posts for Facebook and Instagram, a local events email newsletter campaign, all customized to your local market. So you can continue to generate additional leads online. So an omni-channel presence, all free for an entire month. So go ahead and scan the code, fill out the form so that I know to connect with you, I guess today or tomorrow. On that note, I know not everyone prefers to connect online. I guess who here thinks they would want to connect in the next day or so? I'll quick jot down your name just so we don't slip through the cracks on one another.
No, a bunch of scans, we're scanning, so I imagine you'll be getting
Perfect.
some.
Okay, terrific. Yeah, so you can go ahead and scan the code. I'll leave you all with this. We'll get you inside your client's home so they see you every day, that's for sure. The one thing we can't do is just call your clients, right? The agents that have the most success are really the ones that use the magazine as a reason to call and have a conversation, ask what they thought of the magazine, see if they tried any of the recipes. But at the end of the conversation, you feel so comfortable finding out who they might have met recently who has a need for your services. So I'd love to answer any other questions that might have popped to mind, but I just really want to thank everyone for your time, for listening in, especially Mark for having us out. As I mentioned, I'll leave the incentives open for a couple of weeks for the office, but if you want to hear more, or if you know you want to give it a try one time and get the extra incentives, go ahead and jot down my number, 484-276-5461. You can shoot me a text message. I'll know to give you a call this week, or even scan the code if that's easier. And like I said, I'll personally pay for an extra 15 magazines and that entire month of the digital marketing platform, just as a personal thank you to work with you one time. So thanks again, Mark. Any other questions I guess I can answer for anybody?
I think we're good, and we got our next person, so we're gonna keep
Awesome.
rolling.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the time, Mark. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. All right, let's give, I know we're at time. We're gonna give a minute to Ty and then a minute to Ashley as we wrap. So Ty, you go ahead while I get this back up here.
Quick. So hello Legacy. So new and exciting for APHW. My name is Ty Maley, America's Preferred Warranty, so your home warranty provider. New for us for 2025 is I am now officially the builder warranty representative. So that's something new we're doing. It's a new product that we're bringing to the market. It's a little different than what's traditionally been out there. We're able to customize that to the builder even because we're doing some in-house underwriting. And we don't actually price it based on the final sale price of the house. So don't want to get too into the weeds of what that looks like. But if you are friends with builders, if you're a builder yourself, or if you know some builders, if you could facilitate that, please introduce me to them. I can also loop you in if you had any questions for our director of sales on the builder's warranty side. So basically, we want to be the warranty providers for the builder. So if someone's building, we want to do that now. Like I said, we've kind of made some improvements. We've took builder feedback. So some of the stuff that's been out there in the past, we've made some changes. And like I said, we're able to customize that to their needs. So like when you hear a 2-3-10 or 1-3-10, we're able to take a look at that and see how it makes the best sense for them. And Mike is actually very knowledgeable, been in construction. He knows what he's doing, and I'm very confident he'll be able to take care of that. So and sometimes you hear what's in it for you. Well, the nice thing is we're able to strengthen your relationship with that builder. So obviously we don't want to jeopardize that. We want to help you move forward, obviously. So that's just something we would take great care of, but just be really beneficial to us if you're able to help facilitate that. Be very honored. With that, we've also had a product not a lot of people have utilized or know about, but we do have the new construction warranty. So that kind of dovetails, and that's kind of where we got into construction. The structural warranty is typically going to be after the builder's warranty expires. We're going to warranty those systems for 3 years. Well, since we had that, we said, hey, let's get into the structural side as well. And then the nice thing with new construction is if you are working with these builders, you can actually list with our warranty and you would still be able to get the compensable service fee. So that's kind of the two pieces there. What's new for us and exciting for 2025. And I do just want to, thank you guys. I had a great 2023 and had a great 2024. Each and all of your success. It's contributed to my success and been a great part of that. So just want to thank each and every one of you and moving forward 2025. Just your guys' success and mine as well. And as always, if you have any questions, complaints, concerns, please loop me in. I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. So thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Ty. Great partner. Nothing again. Ashley, come on up. Give us a glimpse at our
What we have going on. So don't forget that Euchre tournament is next Friday. As of yesterday, we had 8 people sign up. We would love to see more. Education Day is in 2 weeks from today. Cassandra sent out everybody that, replied to the Google form. She has sent everybody's KPA out to them. Super Bowl squares, please get with Karen if you would like to be a part of the Super Bowl squares. Deadline for that is the 7th. Family reunion is in Vegas from February 17th to the 21st. And then our awards night is March 7th, which We have the venue and the caterer locked in, and
It's gonna be different this year and it's gonna be fun.
yes, it is. And it's theme is red and black. So yeah, that's what I have.
Got my black dress. One fun final announcement is that, you know, guys, a couple years ago, we did the trip giveaway as a kind of a fun contest throughout the course of the year. We want to stay in that vein, but make it more immediately exciting. So every month, we're gonna be drawing a name of someone who closed a home in that month. So you're participating if you closed a home. If you closed multiple homes, that's still just one entry. And we're gonna be doing a drawing for something exciting every month, and you'll have options. Think Gervasi, think Amazon gift card, something worth coming to the meeting for. You have to be at the meeting or on Zoom in order to receive. So if you sold a home, you're a top producer, but you're not participating in the meetings, that's great for you, but you don't get the prize. So that's gonna start in February. Go sell a home. I think that's it. Go have some lunch, chat with someone you don't know. Thank you for your extended patience today. Appreciate it. Yes,
12:07.
Yeah, we need to change that.
You were only 12 minutes, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Like,